Hi guys, welcome back to another video here at my channel. Today we are going to be talking about all the polishes I wore for the month of March. This is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, so grab a snack, grab your favorite beverage, get comfy. We have a lot of polishes to talk about, a lot of manicures to talk about. It's going to be a long one. I was able to fit in 14 manicures and I used 33 different nail polishes. I do have a few for the month that were either duds or they weren't quite what I thought, but we're going to go ahead and just go in order of what I wore and if I liked it, if I didn't like it. So for the first one I wore for the month, it was St. Patrick's Day month and I wanted to get in a few green polishes. I didn't do green the whole entire month as I initially planned, and I thought I'm going to get sick of green, so I didn't want to do that initially. I just kind of would alternate manicures with green polishes, do a manicure that had something totally different, then I'd go back to greens. I think I mostly did greens all the way through for the first week or so of March. The way it looks on my list here, I think that's how I did it. So I guess we're going to start off with all the greens that I wore. So the first one was Morgan Taylor's Mint of Spring. This was a new release from their spring collection last year, I want to say. And then I wore Monarch Lacquer's Color Boost and KB Shimmer White Here, White Now. Monarch Lacquer's Color Boost is a colored base coat that you could wear. I put it over more or under more sheer polishes or even under a white cream just to allow me to have that fuller opacity look without the additional coats. You can get that on their website. There is a link down below. It'll be an affiliate link, so if you purchase through that link, that does give me. So the next one was one that I've worn both of these polishes before, but I wanted to wear them again. This is Zoya's Merida and Zoya Storm. They are two beautiful scattered holographic polishes that are a little bit on like the jelly-esque side, but they're beautiful. They're so beautiful. I believe they were 2 coats, but I did note on my list here that I should have put a 3rd coat on because I felt like 2 coats was a little bit sheer. Not bad, but on me I felt like it was a little bit sheer, but this manicure was so fun and so sparkly. I wore it for 3 days, which is pretty good for me. Usually I change my nails out every other day, depending on if I have time to do that. But this was a really fun manicure, and I loved it. If you don't have those 2 polishes and maybe you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend those 2. They're beautiful. So for the next one, it was another Zoya polish. This was one that I hadn't worn yet, but I really had been itching to try. This is Zoya's Honor, and it is a beautiful, like hunter green, foresty green polish that dries to a matte finish. I wasn't sure when I put it on if I wanted to do full-on matte manicure, so I went ahead and decided to add something over top, and then I top coated it, and I should have left that as matte, I think, because I liked it a little bit better that way than I did glossy. But I got a new polish from LA Colors. It was one of their color shifting topper polishes that I talked about. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down in the description box. But that is called Retrograde, and I thought it would pair beautifully with Zoya's Honor. I loved it that way, but I went and did the glossy top coat, as I said, and I think matte would have looked a little better for that Zoya polish. So then I got away from the greens and have wanted something dark or deep, and I had a couple polishes that I hadn't worn, and I was like, we're going to go completely the opposite direction. We're going to go with like a red or burgundy. So I wore OPI, Just BeClaus, and Cuticula Flames of a Phoenix. This manicure, it was pretty. I think my mistake was the Cuticula polish was a little bit of a darker base than what that OPI polish was, and you could tell that I had like something over top of that OPI polish. They didn't go together quite like I thought they would, and I don't think I did enough coats of the OPI. I felt like things might have been a little bit streaky from what I'm remembering. I don't have that down on my notes, but I think that's what happened. While it was a pretty manicure, I didn't really care for it quite so much. So the next one I went back to a beautiful spring manicure and we wore more untrieds, I believe. So I used KB Shimmer's Spring Theory, which is a beautiful white crelly with holographic glitter. Not holographic glitter. It has purple, yellow, blue glitters in it. There's some other colors in there as well. You'll see it in the picture, but it was such a beautiful polish. And in fact, Polish with Ray talked about it recently, and she had it on in the video that she did. She posted her spring polish pics that she's planning to wear for the spring, and she had KB Shimmer Spring Theory on, and I'm like, wow, it looks beautiful on her. And she wore it as a full manicure, and I'm thinking, oh, I might have to do that next time. And then I paired it with Monarch Lacquer's Color Boost. Okay, that's what I did. I put Monarch Lacquer Color Boost underneath the KB Shimmer polish to add a little more opacity to it. It's opaque on its own, so you don't have to do that. I just prefer to use the Color Boost because it is a white base that just allows things to be a little more opaque. The yellow was a little sheer. It did take 3 coats to build that yellow up to full opacity, but the Essie polish and Lilacism was opaque in 2 coats. Really fun manicure, and I even got complimented on it from my physical therapist when I wore this. She's like, your nails are really pretty, and I'm like, I was in love with it. Absolutely loved that manicure for sure. So then we moved into, let me see. This one was one that I put on here that I liked, and I don't think I actually did like this one. This was Rogue Lacquer's Cuddle Season over top of Morgan Taylor I Lilac What I'm Seeing. Again, I was trying to use a flaky over top of a cream base, and it didn't quite work. I didn't like the Morgan Taylor polish on me. I don't think I will be keeping that polish. It's too close to my skin tone. It did not flatter my skin tone at all. I didn't like it. Had it on for a day, took it off, and was like, yeah, it's not what I thought. I think the color just wasn't quite my cup of tea. I just don't like colors like that on my skin tone. It was too light for me. It's supposed to be a lilac polish, but that Morgan Taylor one did not look lilac. It looked to be a little more of a muted lilac. And then I put the polish from Rogue. While that was beautiful, I just didn't like the combination on me specifically. So the next one is a favorite of mine for the month. This was beautiful. I bought 3 polishes from Nails Inc. Speedy Gloss that I got at Walmart a while back, and I did Nails Inc. Willa, Taylor, and Mila, and then I topped it with a new polish from LA Colors, their glazed line that I've shared on this channel, and it is called Chandelier. And you guys, the combo from this manicure was absolutely stunning. I was floored by how beautiful the combination was. It was so pretty, so fun, absolutely, absolutely stunning. Another manicure I wasn't too gung-ho about was Essie Press Paws and Rogue Lacquer's Naked or Not. This polish, for some reason, or this manicure didn't dry down for me, and I don't know what is wrong. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know if it's my base color that I've been using. With this polish, aside from it not drying, I didn't like the combo of this one either. I've worn Essie Press Paws before. It is like a light gray cream, and then Rogue Lacquer's Naked or Not was a polish from a polish pickup last summer. Wanted to pair them to try to see how they would look, and they looked pretty together, but it didn't dry on me for some reason, and I was able to dang it, and I'm almost wondering if this Essie base coat is to blame, because a polish or a manicure I wore yesterday didn't dry down either. I thought it did. Even with the Fast Dry top coat, they don't dry on me for some reason, and I'm wondering if this could be the issue. I've had this for 4 years, so maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's just, you know, it applies good and everything. But if you guys have used this from Essie, their first base coat, let me know. I generally use, what is it, Orly's Bonder, but I've also had issues with that one, and I don't know if it's just my application or what, but there's times where manicures are great, there's times that they don't work, and I'm wondering if this is my issue. But anyway, so that manicure, I liked it, but one didn't dry down. It wasn't really my cup of tea, and the color combo either. So the next one is OPI Loves to Party and Sally Hansen Crystal Top Coat. This manicure was beautiful. I wanted a dark, vampy manicure, and that OPI polish really did it for me. It was such a beautiful, deep berry shade. One thing that I should have done is put 3 coats of that polish on. I only did 2, and in those pictures you guys will be seeing, you will probably see there's some streakiness on my ring finger for sure. But I was like, oh, I'm going to put a topper on it. We'll see if that hides it. I think it did a good job of concealing that streak or the streaks that I had, but I definitely know for next time that that polish from OPI needs 3 coats to be fully opaque. But it was a beautiful combination. I fell in love with it. It was dark, vampy, and beautiful. I just was like, I needed that 3rd coat with that OPI polish, but it was still pretty regardless. So the next one I wore is Salon Perfect's Cotton Candy from their Dippin' Dots collection. It was a 2-coat polish, I believe, 2 to 3 coats. And then I topped it with Just an Illusion from Orly, which is a beautiful holographic topper that I hadn't used. And it was so pretty. I could not stop staring at my nails. I kept staring at my nails every chance I could. I was like, it's such a pretty combination. And they both applied beautifully. I didn't have any issues with either of these polishes. So the next one is another one I didn't care for. This combo didn't work quite like I wanted it to. I used Zoya's Heather, which was a TJ Maxx find. It's a beautiful lilac with some subtle shimmer in it. I did 2 coats of that, and then I went in with Orly's Countdown, which I thought was a topper. I got this polish at TJ Maxx as well, and it wasn't a topper. It looked okay when I swatched it together, but when I had it on my nails looked a little bit beigey looking. So I think there's a little bit of a beigey colored base. It wasn't a clear base in that Orly polish like I thought, and it kind of messed up the Zoya base. So I was like, I don't like how this looks. Didn't work out like I thought. I swatched it and everything, and I thought it looked okay, but then I put it on, and I just didn't like the combination. It just didn't look lavender. It made it look this kind of funky beigey color for some reason. Formulas were good on these polishes. I didn't have any issues. It just didn't look quite right. So the next one I wore is a manicure I have done in the past, but I haven't done it in a long time, so I wanted to pull these out. I used some Sally Hansen Miracle Gel in Tidal Wave, which is a beautiful cobalt blue. I did 2 coats of that, and then used Color Club's Go Get 'Em, which is, I don't even know how you would describe this polish from Color Club. It's one I got sent from a subscriber a couple of years ago, and actually no. Did I get that one sent, or did I get that one on clearance at Walmart? I don't remember now. It's been too long. But either way, the Color Club Go Get 'Em is a really fun polish that I always pair over this one in Tidal Wave from Sally Hansen. It wears beautifully together, and I love the combo. I don't know if you can even get that polish from Color Club anymore. I've had it for quite a while. But it was such a pretty combination. I loved how it looked. Every time I wear it, I fall in love with it, and I loved the cobalt blue. It was totally something different for a spring manicure, but that is a polish that I had on my spring rack and really wanted to wear, so I made sure to get that one on my nails. The next one I wore is Monarch Lacquer's Mint Mojito, China Glaze Gimme Sugar, and Rogue Lacquer's Batch O, which was a mystery polish. This combo, while it didn't quite go like I thought, I didn't hate it, but I don't think it went together either. I was trying to mimic the flakies in that Rogue Lacquer polish, which I thought were teal, green, and like a peach color. I think it's teal green and a rose gold, to be honest, the closer I looked at it, and I thought that peach from China Glaze definitely didn't jive, and my husband said that too. He's like, I don't think it goes with what you're wanting it to go, how you're wanting it to go. But it's kind of like a neon, actually. It's not super bright, but it isn't really pastel either. It just didn't work. It was a 3-coater. I floated the last coat on, and it was a little streaky, a little bit I don't think I used a topper over top of them. I'm pretty certain I didn't. And I probably should have, just to conceal some of the streakiness with that China glaze polish, but it was pretty regardless. I just don't think it jived. You guys will have to let me know down below what you think of it. So for the final manicure, I wore LB's Equal Rights. It is a new brand, a new indie brand that I recently picked up, and I've had it, haven't wore it. This polish is a beautiful pastel pink, and it has rainbow glitter. Such a beautiful polish. This polish is what I tried to dupe by making that gorgeous pink that I made last year. I've worn it a couple times. I think I like my combo better. This one was pretty from LB, but I feel like mine has colored flakies in it, where this one is like rainbow glitter. This one was beautiful. It was a 3-coat polish. So many people on Instagram commented on how gorgeous it was, and I loved it. It was such a pretty polish. I had changed up my nail shape right around then. I went from square to like an oval shape, and I think I liked that manicure even better when I changed up my nail shape. But it was a really pretty polish. I loved it. I loved the pink. I couldn't stop staring at my nails. It was a really fun one. Absolutely gorgeous. So that is it, guys. That is everything that I wore for the month of March. It was a fun month. It was a little bit of a dud month here and there, but it really was a fun month to be able to pull out so many polishes. I could not believe I wore as many manicures as I did, and I couldn't believe I pulled out that many polishes. I have a little display over here where I keep the polishes I wear, and it is overflowing because I wore so many. I need to go back through and put those away so I can set out the ones I'm currently working on. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below which manicure was your favorite from the month of March, and I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you later.